Every football fan has seen it. A team scores inside the opening minutes. The crowd erupts. The players celebrate. The commentators call it the perfect start. And yet, somehow, those matches often become the hardest to win. Because football isn't only played with tactics, or talent, or fitness. It's played inside the mind. The moment a team takes an early lead, something invisible changes. The scoreboard no longer rewards attack. It begins demanding protection. Today, we're exploring one of football's most overlooked psychological battles. Why scoring first can quietly become the beginning of a team's biggest mistake. Chapter 1. The illusion of control. An early goal feels like control. But control and comfort are not the same thing. The moment players see their team leading, the objective changes. Before the goal, every movement was about creating opportunities, winning duels, taking risks, finding space. But after the goal, the brain begins asking a different question. What if we lose this? Sports psychologists call this loss aversion. Human beings naturally fear losing something more than they enjoy gaining it. And in football, the lead becomes something precious. Not something to build on, but something to protect. That tiny mental shift changes everything. The team stops hunting, and quietly becomes the team being hunted. Chapter 2. When the brain switches modes. Elite football demands constant decision-making. Press, pass, move, cover. Every second matters. But once a team goes ahead, the brain often changes from attack mode into protection mode. Players hesitate before making forward passes. Fullbacks stop overlapping. Midfielders recycle possession instead of breaking lines. Strikers begin chasing defenders instead of chasing goals. None of this happens because players suddenly lose ability. It happens because pressure changes attention. Instead of thinking, how do we score again? The question becomes, how do we avoid making the mistake? And football punishes hesitation. Not because defenders become stronger, but because confidence becomes smaller. Chapter 3. The scoreboard becomes the opponent. Most fans think the opponent is wearing the other shirt. Sometimes, the opponent is the scoreboard itself. Every passing minute reminds players they're leading. The crowd reacts to every misplaced pass. The coaching staff become more cautious. The commentators start mentioning the clock. Suddenly, everyone is protecting something. The game begins to revolve around time, instead of football. And that's where momentum quietly changes sides. The trailing team has clarity. Attack. Take risks. Keep pushing. They have nothing to lose. The leading team carries uncertainty. Protect. Delay. Don't make mistakes. The scoreboard slowly transforms confidence into responsibility. And responsibility is much heavier than freedom. Chapter 4. Why great teams still collapse. History is full of teams that looked unbeatable after scoring first. Then everything changed. Not because they became weaker, but because they became careful. The passes slowed. The pressing disappeared. The defensive line dropped deeper. Communication became quieter. The opponent sensed it immediately. Confidence is contagious. But so is fear. Elite players can feel hesitation. One missed tackle. One nervous clearance. One safe pass instead of a brave one. Momentum doesn't disappear instantly. It leaks away. Little by little. until the team chasing the match begins believing something dangerous. They're protecting the lead. And once that belief appears, the psychological advantage changes sides. Chapter 5. The champions who keep attacking. The greatest teams think differently. They refuse to play the scoreboard. Instead, they play the next action. Many elite coaches teach what psychologists call a process mindset. Forget the result. Focus only on the next decision, the next pass, the next press, the next duel. Great captains constantly remind teammates of this. We're still playing 0-0. Because psychologically, that's exactly how they perform. Not protecting victory, continuing to earn it. The best teams understand something simple. A one-goal lead isn't security. It's permission to keep attacking. The next time your team scores early, watch what happens next. Not on the scoreboard. Inside the players. Watch their body language. Watch their pressing. Watch how often they choose the safe option instead of the brave one. Because football isn't always decided by the first goal. Sometimes, it's decided by what the first goal does to the human mind. Champions don't win because they protect leads. They win because they refuse to let the lead change who they are. And maybe that's why the most dangerous scoreline in football isn't 0-0. It's believing the game is already under control.